So, I'm back at it again, completely forgetting to film anything I'm doing. I did make a post on Instagram which reminded me to start recording. So I made a bracket. This thing is going to be mounted behind the front bumper. You'll eventually see that, but pretty much made a bracket out of just a piece of aluminum and put a weather pack plug on this. Pretty much I get those and they come in like these little sets. Here's the other end, and then all the components. It even comes with extra ones of these. All of this is straight from Amazon. It's just a 2-pin weather pack. So while working on that, I got bored, so started making the little hold downs for the fan. So pretty much cut out a couple of these. Right now I just finished bending the tabs on this one right here. And what's gonna happen here, well, actually might not be able to show you, but so that's gonna go, so the other way. So these are gonna go in here, and then I'm gonna put another band up here, and pretty much put one of the threaded clips in here, and that'll just bolt on there once this tab is bent up. Same thing on the other side, and yeah. I've been doing a bunch of troubleshooting with Holley, pretty much learning the system. Not familiar with it. I got into play on it on other people's cars, but haven't really tuned or done anything with it. So it's a learning process. And while I was doing that, I realized that I love this thing. The beauty of this thing is that it does not need fuses at all. So pretty much all of my outputs are right there. Whatever I decide to do, I just have to run the power wire to this and ground it, whatever. And pretty much like the fans, this is the wire for the fans, comes out, goes right in here. This is the signal with a jumper, because I got 2 fans, only 1 signal. Eventually, I'll have another signal coming off of this one to make it a dual stage. Or I might be able to modulate. That way they ramp up instead of just kicking straight on, because this solid state relay gives me that ability. Other than that, what else? In my troubleshooting, I figured out that I forgot to connect I forgot to connect the ground to the sending unit on the dash. So I have to take all of that off. What else did I find? I have a bad ground on the parking brake. I cannot get the parking brake light to come on the dash. It's got the signal, but it's not receiving input whenever I actuate the parking brake. And other than that, today is Tuesday evening. Tuesday evening. And I have a feeling I'm gonna be starting this thing by the end of the week. Yeah. So, continuing with the theme of jumping around everywhere, pretty much I'm making the harness for the transmission fan, or the transmission cooler. So pretty much this is the ground. This is the power lead that is going to go to my solid state relay that I mentioned earlier. And here I have one of the ends terminated. Pretty much use this little crimper here. And you have your different sizes, or different steps and sizes. And yeah, so it starts like this. Put that on there. Then you put this on there, crimp it, and voila, makes it all pretty. And by the magic of editing, the cable's done. But yeah, this is part of the reason why I'm really liking this relay. It has built-in surge protection, or I forget what they call it on the instructions, but it doesn't need to have a fuse. So pretty much anything that I put on it is protected, and it enables me to have very simple wiring. And the other beauty of this is, as I mentioned before, the outputs wires right here. Actually, wait. Yeah, that is the output wire. Or no. There's the output wire. That was the oxygen. That's the oxygen sensor. This is the output wire. But so all these outputs can go straight to there. So pretty much a little harness here that goes into that for the boost solenoid or whatever else I want to control. And yeah, it's I'm really liking this relay. So I just finished making the hoses for the transcooler. This is the end that's going to go on the transmission, and this is the side that is going to go on the transcooler. There's plenty of videos online of how to make these hoses, but pretty much I use a cutoff wheel and a vise with a rag, and yeah, put the ends on the hose. I'm going to route them now. I actually got these little brackets here to hold them together, and hopefully have some sort of a clean installation here. And the idea with the brackets just went out the window because I realized they're the wrong size. I just noticed that these are the 8s. I thought I had 6s. So yeah, zip ties, it's gonna be. And that's the last one. And pretty much that's what this looks like. Oh, cool. So now I'm gonna try to film while so just a brief and quick call it check on my own. Make sure that there's no dirt in any of these before I go ahead and connect while I film. Let's give this a try. One hand. So I ended up putting the camera down because I needed a two-hander for this. This is a 150 degree. That way it pulls it away from the tire. This side I'm not too worried about because it's on the frame. But the 90 was the perfect fitting for that. And then the lines are going over here, following that frame, and you'll see where they come out on the bottom. Anyways, lines down there hooked up, as you saw in that time lapse. Then lines are running right here, and they come out right, focus, right there. And that's pretty much it. So everything's installed now. Here you can see the positive end from the pigtail that I showed you. The ground obviously on the ground terminal. Here you can see the wire in its loom going down there. It's a small one. This big one is for the radiator fan that goes there. If you follow right here, you can see my two, whoa, come on, focus. Here you can see my 2-pin connector. That might make it better. There you go, the 2-pin connector that goes down to the fan. Down there, you can see the cooler. On this side, you can see the one bracket I made that goes to the frame that holds this side up. And pretty much that's what that looks like underneath the car. In the front, you can see the other bracket that I made, and pretty much is bolted to those bolts on this end. Actually, you can see it right here. So yeah, and that's it for that. I'll show you how I can actuate it from the dash without having to add any additional anything really. I just created a virtual switch, and that's how I'm going to test it. So I'll show you that. And so this is my transcooler fan. Pretty awesome. And that brings us to, where do you see this one? So that'll be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the like button.